Okay, so farmers, they don't mess around in Europe. Over here, we're over in the West, we're kind of docile, unless you're protesting, I don't know, woke bullshit. Over there, they don't mess around. You start messing around with farmers over there, they get their tractors out, they start throwing shit at stuff, and nobody likes shit thrown at them. So I'm gonna read this article here. I know we're a little late to the game on this one because this has been going on for a few weeks now, before Christmas even. But yeah, I want to talk about it a little bit. So angry German farmers drive their tractors to Berlin over diesel tax. So that's what this is all about. If you didn't know, this is a diesel tax. Uh, this is a what do you call it? It's a tax benefit essentially for farmers for diesel. Um, and obviously, if you know anything about farming or you are a farmer yourself, you'll know that diesel is all you use to run that big equipment. There's no real it's it. You know what I mean? That there's no substitute for diesel. I mean, biodiesel, diesel, it's it. So you're crushing the farmers by doing this. So let me read this article. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'll read a part of this. And I want you to notice this. It's by Euronews.green, right? So it's already you're gonna know that this is like a green initiative type thing. So right away, check this first paragraph and how they formulate this. This is hilarious to me. So the government plans to cut tax breaks for diesel used in agriculture as it tries to plug a 17 billion euro hole in the country's budget. Leaders of Chancellor Olaf Scholz's three-party coalition last week agreed to fill a hole in next year's budget by reducing climate-damaging subsidies, of course, got to throw that in there, and slightly reducing some ministries' spending, among other measures. That was necessary after Germany's highest court annulled an earlier decision to repurpose 60 billion euros originally meant to cushion the fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic for measures to help combat climate change and modernize the country. Of course, it's always about climate change. That's what they're going to just preach. Climate change, climate change, climate change. Don't worry about feeding the people. That's not a problem. You're going to worry about warming the planet. I think people dying of hunger is probably faster than people dying a of climate change. So whatever. The maneuver fell foul of Germany's strict self-imposed limits on running up debt. As more details of the deal have emerged, so has discontent, notably over a plan to cut tax breaks for agricultural diesel and scrap an exemption from car tax for farming vehicles. I seriously just don't understand. Why are you going after the farmers, man? I get it. I get other initiatives. Other initiatives, fine. You want to try and force people to buy cleaner cars by doing, incentives for e-vehicles and things like that. Okay, whatever, that's fine. But you're going after the farmers. Like maybe get a different approach. Maybe have something else in place before you go ahead and start trying to screw with their bottom line. It's um, just coming from a layman over here. I don't know. Even Agriculture Minister Kem Ozdemir, I don't know who he is, has protested. He told ARD television that farmers have no alternative to diesel. Exactly. I'm not shutting myself off from having to save, but it must be done in a way that we take people along with us. And farmers are the ones who supply us with food. These cuts overburden the sector. Well, there's a little bit of, you know, truth at the end there. A little less nonsense. Thank you, Agriculture Minister guy. But yeah, this thing isn't going to end. These protesters over in Europe, they don't mess around. So these guys aren't gonna just give up. They're gonna they're gonna get something's gonna happen here. This is like a legit strike. So good for these guys. I stand with them. I think again, when you start messing with food, you start messing with front. These are frontline workers to me. Farmers are healthcare workers, things like that, and we seem to have this um, lack of sensitivity to screw with them, and I just don't understand what's going on. It's of late too. Police. You're seeing that with police too. There's this anti-establishment mentality where people don't mind messing with the people that are providing a safety, food, health, things like that, and I just don't get it. But you know what? Good on you guys. Keep pushing back. We might not be standing with you over here in in the great white north of the west, but you know what? In spirit, we're there with you.